Coming to you live, it's the Linda Greene-Dupre Show. Join us for an uplifting hour of women's companionship and most trusted friendship. Call in and Linda will ask you, how do you feel today? Here now is our host, Linda Greene-Dupre.
Well, hello everyone. How are you all feeling today? As you all know, this is a call-in talk show where you can call me toll-free right now just to have a chat. Let's share our hearts with each other today. When I decided to commit to a talk show for us women around 7 months ago now, to share some of our thoughts with each other, to share our heart, our stories, what's on our minds, even just to vent. So now we're moving on with this show. I'll be adding some interviews with ladies telling their stories. Now keep in mind, I am not a professional in counseling, but I can for sure be your friend. Just to listen to what's on your heart. After all, that's what friends do, right? Just pretty much talking about whatever is on our minds, especially during this dark time we're living in. We need each other, and we need to lift each other up. So you can call me from anywhere free right now, toll free. Like I said, the number is 1-866-536-1211. Call me. Now, I just wanted to add a little something to keep in mind about our interviews on telling your story. Telling your story, telling your personal story takes courage, I know. But your willingness to do the hard work of preparing and sharing it can literally change the course of someone else's life. You also share pain and suffering when you recall stinging personal defeat or loss. You may find it embarrassing to reveal certain details kept hidden for years. Yet those ugly details might be what someone else needs to hear to overcome their challenges, right? Others can learn from your mistakes before they make the same ones themselves. It's a little easy to think about all the reasons for telling your most important story. It's another thing, actually, telling your story live. So writing it down helps. Otherwise, the work may seem overwhelming in those moments. It's easier to forget why you want to tell your story in the first place. I don't want you to lose heart. Even if your stories are ugly at first, that's where you start. With that in mind, ask God to give you the courage to tell your life story. And like I say in my book, hardships do not define you. I would love to hear what's on your mind today, so give me a call. I decided to look up some fun, easy questions to ask you when you call in during this hour today. And I'll also answer these questions myself. Let's have some fun with this, ladies. While I'm waiting for you to call, let's get started with me answering the first question. They're not hard. They're just simple questions. And you can answer when you call in if you want to. Or if not, like I always say, you can talk about whatever's on your heart. So, and also today, we have a special guest on this show. A beautiful young lady, and her name is Nicole. She is truly one amazing young lady. She's telling her story, the trauma that she's been through in her life, and how she gets through each day. So stay with me. You definitely don't want to miss this. We'll do it in about 5-6 minutes or so. Our stories do change people's lives, and this is not easy to do. But by sharing with others, will change your life too. And God cares about you and your grief. In Scripture, it says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. I would love to hear from you today. Give me a call. Let's have fun with these questions now, ladies. They're easy. Here we go. Number 1. What makes you smile the most? Okay, well, everyone pretty much know me, know that it would be my family, my grandchildren, my children. My husband, who makes me laugh because he's so goofy at times. Just thinking and feeling so grateful for all the blessings God has given me. That makes me smile. Another thing is when I get positive comments on my book, like my life story helped someone in some way. All right, number 2 question. No one's calling in yet. Come on, ladies, call in. Let's have some fun with this. What music makes you cry? For me, music that remind me of special moments, like the song my husband sang to me on our wedding day, Till There Was You, from the Music Man. Another song that brings back memories by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, You're Just Too Good to Be True. And of course, worship songs sometimes make me cry too. Now, before we go on, we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, I want you to call me so you can answer some of these fun questions with me. I'd love to hear from you. See you in a minute.
Linda's book, A Rescued Journey, is available at barnesandnoble.com in paperback and nookbook. See for yourself why so many women have been touched by her riveting and compelling story. But be prepared, you won't stop reading until it's finished. Order your copy today at barnesandnoble.com in paperback or nookbook. Also, please support Linda's program via PayPal at LGREENE_7 at hotmail.com. That's LGreen_7 at hotmail.com. Thank you.
Well, welcome back. I am Linda Greene-Dupre, and you're listening to How Do You Feel Today? And my number for you to call is 1-866-536-1211. And we do have a caller, and it's my sister-in-law, Rose, the faithful one. Hi, Rose. How are you?
Fine, Linda. How are you doing?
Doing good. What's happening with you today?
Well, the weather is beautiful outside. It's a spring day and it's sunny. And I'm so happy that the weather is warming up because I feel so much better when the weather is warmer instead of colder.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's warming up here too, but it's not as warm as in California, of course. But I'm enjoying what we're getting right now. Yeah.
Well,
So,
what are you getting weather like?
well, right now we're probably let's see. I don't even know what the weather is for today. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see. I think it's 14 here today. That's 45 Fahrenheit.
I think that's cold, right?
Yeah. It's California cold.
I'm not.
Yeah, totally. I wish I was in the warmth with you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't do too well in cold weather, but I don't do too well in really, really hot weather either.
No, that's like me too. I don't like it too hot, and I don't like it cold, but it is what it is. I'm here in Canada, so what do I expect, right? But so how have you been feeling?
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. What did you ask?
So how are you feeling these days? Like you guys getting out and around?
Well, I had gum surgery done. They did one side first and then the other side. and that's a good thing because then I don't eat as much because it's hard to chew. I'm trying to lose weight because I'm going on a cruise in
Mm-hmm.
November, and I figure by November maybe I can lose some weight.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the gum surgery is a good thing, even though it was a bit painful.
Okay.
And uh,
What kind of surgery was it? Like, what did they do?
gum, I don't know exactly what they do, but they like tore up my gums and patched them back together. Apparently there was something wrong with my gums. I don't know what. I
Oh,
should ask more questions, but uh, at least
yeah.
it was
That's
getting
some.
out of the house and doing something. During this pandemic,
Mm.
it looks like the doctor visits are my outings to go to places. I
Oh,
just kind of look forward to anything,
yeah.
going to the dentist or doctor to have a physical or anything like that. I know most restaurants are still closed. I know some of them have outdoor dining
Yeah.
to restaurants, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, oh,
What? So, what level are you guys
can,
on there with the pandemic? Like, we're back down to level 1 now, so the restaurants are shut down here again. I don't know why they pick on small businesses. That bothers me, but yeah, they're shut down again, and but they do have malls open and big places like that. But anyway, we're at level 1 again.
well, they did open Levi Stadium to have a baseball
Oh,
uh, game. So things are
nice.
opening up, but
Mm-hmm.
very, very slowly. Now, I thought we were in the orange level. They don't, I don't, we're either orange or purple. Charlie, do you know what level we're in?
No,
It goes by colors here.
it's all about
Oh,
your BS, so I don't.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Ugh, I can't. Is she still? Is Rose still there? Okay, I can't hear her.
Hello, Linda?
Are you there, Rose? Hi.
Yeah, can you hear
Okay,
me okay?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, not to change the subject, but there's a couple of people who wanted me to give a shout out,
Okay.
uh, and anyone could pray for them. Uh,
Yep.
Jeanette Calling, she's one of our Facebook friends.
Yeah.
She's through chemotherapy, so
Mm.
uh, wanted to give a shout out for Jeanette Calling and her husband.
Yeah, I've been praying
And
for them.
yeah, that's all we can do is pray.
Yeah.
But there's power in prayer when you get a
Yes, it
group of
is.
people praying.
I totally
And
believe that. Yeah.
also, my one of
Daniel, Rose is
my
breaking up.
friends.
I can't hardly hear her. What's happening?
Hello, can
Are you
you hear
there?
me now?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay. Also, one of my girlfriends, her mother is very, very ill. Her name is Lydia Cervantes, and hopefully she's listening in because I had asked uh, a lot of friends to listen into your show,
Oh, thank you.
and they
Hmm.
it's just a wonderful show you have, Linda.
Oh, thank you, Rose. That means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, I'm writing down these names now because I have a prayer group myself, and we pray for people. So I have these names here now, and we will pray for them for sure.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
uh, that's great, and uh, that's about it that's going on. Uh,
Okay.
just stay home like everyone else.
Yeah, I know, right?
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I have some questions though I'm doing here today. I don't know if you heard at the beginning. Um, do you want to answer a couple? They're just fun
sure,
questions. Yeah,
sure, I'd
so
love to.
let's see the first one. Where was the first one I had here? Okay, what music makes you cry, Rose? What's special music? Is there any music that makes you
What?
cry? Sad?
um,
Daniel, she's breaking up. I can't hear her.
well, that's because I'm not answering. I have to think. um, what music makes me cry? Um,
Like moves you emotionally, you know what I mean?
well, 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 you know what? Honestly, what makes me cry and moves me emotionally is opera. I've
Oh.
always loved opera, and I may not understand what it's saying, but
Mm.
when I go to the opera and listen to the beautiful voices, that makes me cry.
Wow. I've never been to an opera, but I've heard some on TV every so often when it just pops up there. Yeah, I wonder what it's like just sitting and listening to that. I guess it must be
Well,
emotional.
I used to work for the opera. I do wigs and makeup, and
Oh.
uh, we had to stay throughout the whole production. So they'd have special places for us to sit. We could sit in front if there were chairs open, and just so I could
Ah.
see my work. If
Mm-hmm.
anything needs uh, to be better. So I was allowed to sit in on every opera, and I just love the opera.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And what's the other one I have here? Let's see. What little thing makes you the most grateful to be alive?
Waking up each morning.
Mm, that's a good one.
I
Good answer.
well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, that's perfect. And let
When
me just yeah.
you get
Let
to
me just ask you
be
one
here,
more. Sorry.
sure.
Yeah. So the other one is on hard days, because we all have them, right? What motivates you
Right.
to get up and start your day?
When there's going to be what'll motivate me to start my day is
Yeah.
if I have an appointment somewhere, or
It's
if
the same
there's
with
going to
me.
be or if there's going to be someone coming over. But
Yeah.
uh, that's about it as far as motivation. But when it comes to cleaning up my room and organizing and getting rid of stuff, it's like I can't do it on my own. I need an assistant. I need
Yeah.
someone there to motivate me. I unless it's a job that I have,
Mhm.
where I get called into work, that motivates me because I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
But uh,
For sure.
that
Yeah.
that when I was younger, I had more motivation to get
Mm.
things done. But now that I'm older, Linda, it's really hard
Yeah.
because hard to throw away mementos, things
Mhm.
that were given as gifts from friends and relatives. And it's really hard to to organize and throw things away or get rid of things. So I
Yeah.
believe as we get older, it's hard to become a minimalist. It's almost like you become more of a uh, pat rat,
Mm.
pack
Yep.
rat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's what motivates me is money, I think, or getting to an appointment because I don't like being late.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wow, you
but
got good answers. That's really good.
well, I really do have a lot of. I know last uh 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I went through my closet of all the clothes that didn't fit and gave away at least about 300 pieces of clothes.
Wow.
And since at home during the pandemic, I have nothing to do but order online.
Mm.
And I'll see like something pretty and I'll order it. And if I like it, I'll keep it. So it didn't do any good with me getting rid of all those clothes because now I have even more,
Oh my
you know,
goodness.
to
Yeah.
deal
Yeah.
with.
Well, it's
And
fun though.
uh, it's fun, but also people have to realize I'm a Hawaiian dancer. I have to have a different costume for every single dance that I do when I'm
Mm-hmm.
performing. And then I do the go-go dancing with Charlie, when he's Elvis. So I have a different color outfit and different things for that with the matching headpieces and all of that. Those are just the costumes, and that takes up a lot of my wardrobe.
I
And
bet.
then I get invited to events like for cosmetics, where there's a new cosmetic line coming out, or they want me to be on Zoom to talk to different people about different things to do with the face or hair or whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
buy a different dress for every time there's an occasion because I
Oh.
don't like to be seen in the same thing. And yeah, it's piled up a lot. And then I have the matching shoes for each outfit and then matching hats. So yeah, I have every closet filled with my clothes and a whole room dedicated just to clothes with racks of clothes. I have enough
Wow.
to open up a store,
Yeah.
of clothing.
I've seen some
Uh,
of your outfits
I
that you posted on Facebook. They're beautiful.
Yeah, and if people love the outfit, uh, they can buy it off of me, and that's one of the reasons that I
Oh.
model different outfits because uh, sometimes people will like it and ask, well, where can I get that from? And I'll say, well, I could sell this to you, and
Okay.
a lot of people don't realize that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when I show my outfits, uh, I'll have something similar because my problem is, Linda, when I find something that I love, I'll buy it in every color.
Oh, okay.
That's a crazy thing. But yeah, it's hard to get motivated unless you have a person there who
Yeah.
can be coaching you.
Yeah,
And
totally.
that's suggest everyone if they want to get a project done or something, make sure you have a friend there who can coach you,
Encourage you.
you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
encourage.
Yeah,
And I've done
perfect.
that for people also where I've gone over to their homes and, they'll work through things while I'm there and then give me an assignment on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And since the pandemic, it's been really hard. But now that I got my vaccines, for anyone who's gotten vaccines, you can be around each other and you don't have to wear a mask. So that's a good
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah. I was going to ask you now before I let you go. I seen a picture of your mom on Facebook. She looks so good. How is she doing?
Well, uh, she's 85 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, she walks really slow. She walks with a cane or a little walker because she has really bad knees. And I have
Oh.
the same problem. Any
Mm.
ailment that my mother has, I inherited it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Yep.
And she's doing really well. Um, that was, Charlie and I went over to her house a couple days ago, took that picture of her and posted it. And people always accuse me on Facebook of using filters. Well, I do on my pictures, but on my mom, I didn't use a filter. She just doesn't have wrinkles.
God love
And,
her. Yeah.
well, I don't have wrinkles either. And maybe that's a deformity. I don't know, but my dad never had a wrinkle on his face. It's like we have
Wow.
laugh lines around the mouth, but that's about it. Our skin doesn't wrinkle.
That's amazing. I wish mine was like that.
I know it's strange. It's very strange because people think I use a filter on my skin, but I don't.
Mm.
It's like my skin just doesn't wrinkle at
Wow.
all.
That's
It's
awesome.
and I remember my grandma, she didn't have any wrinkles either. Just
Wow.
those lines around the mouth, the laugh
Mm-hmm.
line.
Yeah.
That was the skin was just smooth, no lines in it.
Wow.
Not in the
That is a
forehead.
blessing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Well,
it's nice.
yeah, I don't know if you heard that I have a guest. Actually, I did an interview a couple of days ago with a lady, Nicole. She's from Newfoundland, Canada. And you should stay tuned for it. It's going to be a good interview, and I'm hoping that it will bless everyone that's listening. But we're going to play that shortly. But it was so good
Oh,
talking
great,
to you, Rose. Thank you so much for
great.
calling me again.
Thanks, Linda, and I'm glad you and Dan are doing well.
Thank you, and same for you guys. Take care of yourself. We love you, and we'll
We
talk
love
to you
you.
soon.
Okay, thank you so much. Talk to
Thanks
you
again.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a break. Thank you, Rose, for calling.
Linda's book, A Rescued Journey, is available at barnesandnoble.com in paperback and nookbook. See for yourself why so many women have been touched by her riveting and compelling story. But be prepared, you won't stop reading until it's finished. Order your copy today at barnesandnoble.com in paperback or nookbook. Also, please support Linda's program via PayPal at LGREENE_7 at hotmail.com. That's LGreen_7 at hotmail.com. Thank you.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We are ready to run the interview with Nicole from Newfoundland. And here we go. Hope you enjoy. We have Nicole on the phone right now, and we're going to do a little interview with Nicole from Newfoundland. Hello, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good, Linda. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for calling today and sharing your story because, we all know that Our stories change lives. And so this is why we're here today. So,
Awesome.
yeah. How's everything going today?
Oh, everything's great. It's a
Yep.
beautiful day. Sun shining in Newfoundland. 10
Yeah.
degrees.
Wow. Sounds good
Beautiful.
to me.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So tell us a little bit about your story, Nicole.
Well, 7 years ago, well, almost 8 years ago now, I lost my
Hmm.
2-year-old son to a tragic accident. It was a drowning.
Oh,
Um, for the last 7 years, it's pretty much been hell, like battling. I'm battling mental illness as well.
hmm.
So the stories and the rumors and everything else going through, with this tragic accident happening and families fighting, and
Yeah.
it's been really, really hard, especially on me and my family as well, because I
Yeah, I
also
can
have two
imagine. Yeah.
girls, right?
I mean, words cannot express how wholeheartedly devastated I am to hear your loss. And I
Oh, thank
really
you.
appreciate you calling in today.
Oh, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. So you want to tell us more? We're
Yeah, sure.
listening. Yep.
So when it happened 7 years ago,
Uh-huh.
it's a tragic accident. So here you are, you're in more shock than anything.
Right.
So, I've walked around like the circle of grief. Like I lived in the circle of grief for like the last 7 years, like it was
Mm-hmm.
always back and forth. But I never worried about myself. I had to worry about my family. Like I made sure my husband was okay. I made sure my girls were okay. So I
Yeah.
kept all that in. And then about 4 years ago as well, that's I took a mental breakdown. I
Wow.
ended up at the Waterford. Like I was suicidal. I think it finally hit me that I wasn't in
Mm.
shock no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it was like the circle finally hit me. Like here I am. Like I'm not like I was in denial for a long time, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden it was like, okay, this is actually happening. This actually
Yeah.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
So then I took a breakdown. I ended up at the Waterford, and I'm not going to lie. Like the mental health system here in St. John's is not very good. I was turned away. They told me
Wow.
like there was nothing wrong with me. Oh yeah. So anyway, that was fine. Then when I got home from there, I spent 2 weeks in bed. Then my husband was like, "No, there's something wrong, right?"
Mm.
So finally, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD.
Mm.
And now, for the last 3 years, I've been regulated on my meds, and I feel 100%. But with happening with the baby, it was like it's still hard. Like every
Yeah.
day, it's hard. It's like yes, you're grieving every day, but you
Mm-hmm.
learn how to cope with it and have a
Yeah.
new normal. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Totally.
So, like, with my two girls at the time were 7 and 8, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
here, 90% of the time, you hear that um, husband wives don't survive this.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always divorce or, and it's always arguing and always fighting. But you know
Yeah.
what? I beat the statistics of that,
Good
right?
for you.
So, and it's hard, like, and I still live with it.
Of
I'm
course.
not
Yeah.
gonna lie, that morning I can still, like, the smells, the weather, everything, like I know exactly that morning. And here what had happened really is that we trusted somebody to take care of our children because we had a softball party at our house.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I didn't think that when I said goodbye to him, that was going to be the last time I've ever laid eyes on him.
Yeah. And how old was
So
he?
he was only 2. Actually,
Oh,
he just turned 2. He turned 2 August 26th, and it happened September 15th.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's been a rough road. And, it's hard for me to trust people.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
bet.
now, me and my husband now are planning to try to have another baby because
Yeah.
it's not the fact that I'm over this, it's the fact that I want to be happy again.
Totally. Totally.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Mm.
Yeah. And what has it been like for you, like when it comes to your friends and family? Has everybody been supportive to you?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When it first happened, like there was family members I never spoke to for almost 4 years because of the tragedy and people blaming people, and like I
Right.
knew that happened, there was going to be a fight. And I
Yeah.
knew everybody was angry because, nobody ever expected anything like this to happen. I didn't expect it to happen.
No, of
So,
course.
like I never talked to family members, and it was always people like shoving stuff in your face and being
Mhm.
rude, and I can't take that, right? So I was
No.
just like, I had to cut those people out of my life for a
Yeah.
while.
Of course. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so now like my friends and family are the most supportive
Yeah.
now, right?
Hmm.
After realizing, like, yes, it was an accident.
Right.
And like now I've finally come to the realization, it's like I'm not mad anymore. I'm mad at the
Mm.
situation. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Totally.
I finally come to realize that I'm not mad anymore. I'm just mad at the situation
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
nobody ever expected that to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And forgiveness is totally in there too
It
for
is, right?
healing.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I have forgiven a lot of people because a
Hmm.
lot of like so many bad things were said, so many bad things were done, and in me sitting back and looking at that now, it made me into the person I am today. It made me
Yeah.
stronger. It made me realize, you know what? I don't need you.
Hmm. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
my family, and I cut off the people that hurt me the most.
Yeah.
And now in saying that, like these people are back in my life and better than ever,
See? Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, God always turns everything around for good to those who love him. That's in the word, you know? So I totally
Absolutely.
believe that. Yeah. So what would you like people to know about your feelings right now? Like,
My
you've
feelings
come
right
through some
now.
healing. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like the
Mhm.
healing that I've been through in the last 7 years, like being to doctors and going to different clinics and
Yeah.
and yes, I'm living with a mental illness. Like my God, this would put anybody over the edge, you know what I
Right?
mean?
It's one day at a time.
So exactly. So here
Yeah.
I am, and it took me a long time to work on the person I am today.
Yeah.
So like I went to psychiatrists and I went to a psychologist and I did
Mhm.
clinics and and I did this star clinic. It is like because I wouldn't get up and go to work because I didn't want to be around people. You know what I mean? So I did
Yeah.
this full clinic here in St. John's that they
Mhm.
got me back into the workforce and showed me how to like make sure your house is clean and take care of your kids. Well, right? But I was
Yeah.
doing that anyway. The thing was that I just needed that push because in the back of my head it was like, no, I don't want to do anything anymore, right?
Mm. Yeah.
But what I would love to tell people, you know what? Don't give up. Don't give up because
That's
you know
right.
what? No matter what, like God only gives you as much as you can handle. And believe
Exactly.
me, I handled this really, really, I handled it bad first, but
Well, that's to
now,
be
like,
expected. Yeah.
exactly, right?
Mm.
So now I'm handling it really, really well. Like now, me and my husband are planning to have another baby. Like
Mhm.
my kids are 15 and 16, and I'm 35 years old, and I'm thinking, am I crazy? But it's
No.
not that I'm crazy. It's that I want to be happy again, you
Yes,
know?
I know.
So,
You
and
done
it's not a
really
replace.
well. Yeah.
Yes, and it's not a replacement. You know what I
No,
mean? Like some
totally not.
people right afterwards will have babies because they want to replace. But this is not the case for us. Me and my husband, we were talking about this for months now.
Mhm.
And finally we decided, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go do it.
Yeah.
And I can't be happier. Like my life finally, even though it's been 7 years, it's finally starting to come together. It's starting to be the life that I've lived before this tragedy
Yeah.
had happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. You've been strong through
Mhm.
it all. I mean, it's normal at the beginning of a loss. You're going to react like you did, especially your own child. I mean, we
Oh,
don't,
absolutely.
parents don't bury their own children. It's not supposed to be
No,
that
that's right.
way. You know what I mean?
No.
But you done really well. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
This road has been so hard for you, and here you are planning on another
Hmm.
child. And I'm so happy for you because I know
Thank
about the
you.
draw that they did on the
Oh,
Facebook
yeah.
page. That was
Yes,
amazing.
because it is amazing. Like the girls on the Facebook page are absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
They're so supportive.
yeah,
Like there's people in this group that I don't even know, and I got people messaging me, and and it
yeah.
makes me feel like you know what, I'm worth something.
And you
Like
are.
I'm right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
totally.
So here I am, and I hope someone listens to this interview, and I can
Mm-hmm.
help someone. And if I can help just one person, you know what, my job is done.
Yeah,
And
totally.
and that's all.
Yeah, and that's how I think about it too. Because when I wrote my book and published it, that wasn't easy either, sharing my whole
No,
life out to the world. But you know what? We are
absolutely.
here for a reason, and we can share our story to make a difference in
Mhm.
someone's lives. It's worth it. And
Absolutely, Linda.
yeah, totally,
But
totally.
well, it's funny because what got me through the whole time was
Mm-hmm.
I kept saying to myself, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
Everything happens for a reason. Like
it's
I kept
true.
saying, this little boy was sent to me for 2 years for a reason. I don't know what
Mm.
reason this is yet, but
Yeah,
it will. Like I will find out,
yeah,
right? I
you
said, and
will.
then God needed him back for a reason. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
got me through this whole thing. You know what
And
I
you
mean?
will see him again someday,
Exactly, right?
right?
So,
So,
and here I am thinking, okay, like if I get pregnant, I said he's going to handpick me another little baby, and
yeah,
this is
there
the way
you
I think,
go. Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
it's
you
like
got so
I'm
good,
not negative no more. You know what I mean? It's
right?
like I used to be so negative, like anything good could happen. I'm like, yeah, okay, because I never ever believed anything good would happen again,
Yeah, and that's
right?
normal. Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Right?
You're just being
Exactly.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah. And and then when you were being like that, people thought you were crazy,
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course. Yeah,
Right. And if people
because
are
they don't
so
understand. Yeah.
exactly. The
Mm-hmm.
worst thing anybody could ever say to me is, I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
And then, and especially with people that had no kids or
Mm-hmm.
got, you know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, no, you don't. Right.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
just used to piss those people off. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was so negative. And I guess it's the company you keep,
That's true
now
too.
with,
Yeah.
and with this group now, it's like I told you earlier, is that
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I do when I wake up is check it. The last thing before I go to bed is check it because
Yeah.
these ladies keep me motivated, like it's
Yeah.
wonderful. And I hope that I'm helping them out as well.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It's totally amazing. I mean, it's my first time meeting you actually today. I can't wait to get
Yes.
home to meet all you beautiful ladies
Yes,
because,
that's right.
yeah, it's just yeah, like you're saying, it's amazing Facebook page. It's called Newfoundland Queens. It's not open for other people right now, but it may be in the future. I think how many is on there
Absolutely.
now? Probably
I
600.
think it's 600 or more. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I'd say in the future, there will be, Renee will be,
Opening it up. Yeah,
adding more people to it, right? But like,
yeah.
there's people in this group, Linda, that I can't wait to meet, like,
I know.
I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
finally we're in level 2. We can actually go out and have a coffee. You
Yeah,
know,
that's so cool. Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what? I appreciate you coming on here and thank you for sharing your story. I'm sure it's
Oh,
going to
no
impact someone
problem.
that's been through the
Oh,
same thing.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
believe me, Linda, like I'm in the process of reading your book and I'm actually thinking about writing my own.
Yeah, and you should. Everybody has a
Mhm.
story, so let's share it. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
let's get it out there. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And like I said, like even though, you'll write your book, you'll write your story, you can say your story, I know it's going to hurt people
Mm,
because the bad things that people done to me.
yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to hide it or lie about it.
No.
It actually, but now, you know what? I see past all that. I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. You want to be negative? You know what? You're not a part of my circle no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And it's all from positive and motivation now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that you give me the opportunity to get on and tell my story.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Everyone has a story, like I said. We all
Mhm.
go through trials in this earth. And, we all have, God gives us all a gift to share. And, if we go through something through life, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel as they say. And like I said,
Absolutely.
sharing our story, it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. That's what I
Oh,
think.
absolutely. You know
Yeah.
what? Like the first time everybody knew, like here in Newfoundland's so small, everybody knows, but
Yeah.
there's so many stories made up and,
Yeah. I
and
bet.
I always say there's three sides of the story.
Yep.
There's mine and the truth,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so here, people were talking and this was like, oh my God, I had phone calls and asking where William was. And if, they heard that I was going to drown, like, oh my God, the stories, Linda, it was,
Mm,
it was crazy. Right.
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, if you don't know it, don't say anything. Right. And
Exactly.
I'll never forget the time that we went to the grocery store and there was this elderly couple in front of us and they were like, oh my God, that poor couple, they're going to be split up. And anyway, I tapped her on the shoulder. I said, "Oh, who are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh my God, the couple that lost the child." I said, "Oh, you're talking about me and my husband." Well,
Oh
she
my
turned red
gosh.
as a bee
I
and
bet.
walked away. But see, people don't know. Like,
Yeah,
people are so judgmental,
exactly.
and like I said to you earlier, all I want is to have people say, "Hello, how are you doing?" Not dodge you
Mm-hmm.
in the supermarket or
Yeah,
something like that. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yes, I understand is that people don't know what to say. Just say hello. Be kind. It's free.
Yeah,
You
see,
know?
there you go. And
Yeah,
that's all you have to
right.
do, people. If you're wondering what
Exactly.
to say, that's all you have to
Ex-
say.
Exactly
And
right.
we have no right to be judging others anyway, because we all have our things in our lives that we don't want to tell
Exactly.
people, or you know what I mean? So
Oh,
if we could just
absolutely.
stop judging and just be there for each other, and listen and offer
And this
service or
is, and
whatever.
you know what? And this is why I love the NL Queen so much,
I
because there's
know.
no judgment. There's no nothing. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
is so
Real.
supportive on with everybody. It's
Yep.
real and it's
Yep.
raw. And you know what? And that's
Totally.
all I wanted,
Yep. It's
right?
perfect. Yeah.
It
It's almost
is.
like Renee has been called by God, you know what I mean? Like to
Absolutely.
get
Oh,
this
she is
moving.
a saint, that's for
She
sure.
is. She's
Mm,
beautiful too. Yeah. And our mom, Linda,
absolutely.
she wrote a book too, but
Yes.
she hasn't have it. She don't have it out there yet, but
N-
I'm sure that's going to
No.
be a good one too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyone
Yeah.
out
And like,
there that you want to write a book, go for it. Everybody has a
oh,
story.
absolutely.
Let's share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this is it, and I've been thinking about it for a while, but you just got to get that drive, and you need to know what to write. But once I start
Yeah.
writing, I know that I'm not going to be able to stop. You
Right?
know,
Yep.
so
All you
yeah,
got to do is sit down, when you're in the mood and just start writing, 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 writing. That's what I did for 2
oh
years. I
yeah,
just sat down and I just wrote in my journal every
Mhm.
single day and put it in my drawer when I was done. And I don't know, I think it was 2 years. I said, well, I think I'm done. I feel like I'm done. And
Mhm.
so I called the publisher, and there you are. It's uh,
That's
it's
amazing.
it's not that hard, and I know everybody can do it. But
Oh,
if you don't want to
absolutely.
write a book, that's fine too. I'm not trying to pressure you,
Yes, that's
but
right. Oh no, that's right.
yeah,
Right.
but
But like,
yeah.
just so much, and there's so much I want to get out there. Linda, I could be here for
Mm,
hours talking to you
yeah,
about
I
everything
bet.
that happened.
Hmm. Yeah,
So why not just write it down and get
yeah,
someone to read it?
exactly. Yeah,
You know?
and it's healing. I mean, when you share your story, it's healing, and
Oh yeah, like right now when I sat here talking to you, it's like big weight is lifted off my shoulders. You know what I mean? It's
oh,
like I'm not
yeah,
in it
that's
anymore.
so
And I
good to
want
hear.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Mhm.
amazing. I really appreciate you calling in and sharing it. And I'm
Oh, no
sure
problem,
everybody's
Linda.
going to enjoy listening to you. And
Absolutely.
yeah. What
I
else?
know
Do you
all the
have anything else
girls
to
like
say before we go?
Margot and Jackie and
Mm-hmm.
Kim and Dee and Dana and Pam and Emery. They're all like, "How do I listen?" I'm like, "It's not yet." you
No,
know.
we're gonna play it what is it? A week after Easter. So not this week
Oh,
coming, but
awesome.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll announce it anyway, and we'll
Mhm.
get people to listen in, and it'll be great. But
Absolutely.
I'm going to be open to other interviews as well because
Okay.
like I said, we got to get these stories out there. If you don't want to
Mhm.
write a book, that's fine. Just call me and I'll interview you.
That's right. Hey.
Yeah. So it's all good. Well, God bless you, Nicole, and your family. Oh yeah,
Yes.
how's your dad? How's your husband doing?
Oh, he's
Like,
good.
yeah.
Like I said, we had incident last Tuesday past where he was
Yeah.
having chest pains and
Mm,
he had a really bad knee. He's doing well.
doing good
Like I
now.
said, he's sleeping it away, I think. But I got to keep an eye on him. If he gets worse, then I'll have to take him back. But
Yeah.
he's doing well. Like there's heart disease in his family, so we have to be rather safe than sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you in
So
our
yeah, he's
prayers.
doing well. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking.
Yeah. You guys are in our prayers,
Thank you.
and you both are amazing, amazing couple. I'm so proud of you,
Thank you.
and
Thank
I'll be
you.
praying for you too as well as you, add this additional sweetheart to your
Yes, that's
family,
right.
because
Yes.
I believe it will happen. So
Uh,
yeah, and I'm here supporting you no matter what. If they're having another draw for you, I'm in there. So
thank you, Linda.
yeah, we'll keep it going. So
Yes, for
anyway, I'm going to
sure.
let you go, but thank you. Is there
Okay.
anything else you'd like to say before we go,
No,
or we're
I
good?
just want to thank you so much, Linda, for giving me this opportunity. And you
You're
know what?
welcome.
I really hope that I do help somebody. And if
I'm sure
anybody
you
do want
will.
to reach they can certainly reach out to me.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, God bless you, and we'll see you on Facebook.
Okay, thanks,
All
Linda.
right. You're welcome.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing your beautiful story. Yeah, so if you want to call me now and have a talk about that interview or whatever you want to talk about, give me a call, 1-866-536-1211. I'd love to hear from you today. And so let's get back to some of these questions that those easy, fun questions that I picked out for all of us to get into today. I just gotta have a couple of more before we end the show today. But if you want to have a chat with me, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. So, number 4 question now. On hard days, because we all have them, right? What motivates you to get up and get started your day? Well, I just talked to Rose a little while ago, and she was telling me some things about it. But for me, it's what motivates me to get up when I'm having a hard day? It's when the kids call and want to spend time with me. They motivate me so much. And also, when I'm committed to do something for someone on that day, I know I have to get up. So those two things. And number 5, how do you find strength when you are going through hardship? Okay, so for me, I trust in the Lord as in spending time praying and listening to worship songs. And I also talk to someone that I trust my emotions with. So one more before we take a break. Number 6, what family member do you call when you have good news to share? I always call my sister, my children, pretty much all my family who I'm close to. All right, let's take a break right now. So we'll give you a few minutes to give me a call when we come back. See you in a minute.
Linda's book, A Rescued Journey, is available at barnesandnoble.com in paperback and Nookbook. See for yourself why so many women have been touched by her riveting and compelling story. But be prepared, you won't stop reading until it's finished. Order your copy today at barnesandnoble.com in paperback or Nookbook. Also, please support Linda's program via PayPal at LGREENE_7 at hotmail.com. That's LGreen_7 at hotmail.com. Thank you.
Well, welcome back. Give me a call now if you want to have a little chat. Number is 1-866-536-1211. Love to hear from you today. Let's go on with the questions. This one's a good one, ladies. Give me a call and answer this one. When you have to confront someone, do you choose to stand strong, or do you or to not say anything at all? For me, I always always stand strong, of course. I always say to my children, let's let people know how you're feeling by telling them in a nice way, of course. Another one, do you believe in faith and that everything happens for a reason? Yes, I do believe in faith, and I believe everything happens for a reason. In Scripture, it says, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Feel free to comment on this page or after the interview, after my interview that I just did, you can call in. Like right now, I think I have a call coming in. I think I have Winnie on the phone. Okay, maybe not. In a couple of minutes. All right. Okay, I do. All right, she's coming in. Is this Winnie? Hello? Okay. All right.
Hi,
Hello.
Linda.
Hi, Winnie.
That
How
was a
are you?
great interview. I am good, thank you. Sort of.
Aw.
I think I have allergies with
Yeah, you
all
sound
the
different.
flowers budding and the trees.
Yep. Yep.
Wow, Nicole is really a brave lady, hey?
Isn't she? One amazing lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful,
I can't imagine
beautiful.
losing my baby. You know?
No,
Yeah.
no.
But she's a strong
It's one of
lady.
the hardest
Sh-
things, for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, at one time when I was waitressing, I was ministering to this couple before I even knew that God had me there for them.
Mm.
I was serving them, and Mother's Day was the next weekend, so I asked if her kids were going to come over, and she just shook her head no. And I
Mm.
came home that night, and I kind of worried because they were an older couple, and the Lord had showed me that something had happened to her children.
Mm.
So I did talk to a lady that knew them, and apparently their house burned down with all 8 children in it.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, and we grew into this really good friendship, and
Mm.
it was really good. And the funny thing was, I was the same age as one of their daughters.
Oh my.
And that daughter, she had in her shed some of the belongings that they retrieved from the fire. And she was showing me like some old 45 records. And she had a little book called Help from Above.
Oh.
And it was all the same things I had as a teenager. And, they got
Wow.
through it, but it was always there with them. It was,
Mm. Yeah,
just,
I bet.
they're such amazing people. And, she held on to the hope. She's going to see them all again someday.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
certainly they all will.
Yeah.
We'll all be together someday. And
So
when I
true.
was listening to Nicole, I remember the way my friend used to sound as she talked about what she had been through.
Yeah.
And it was just, my heart just
Mm.
reached out. It's just like, wow,
I know, right?
wow.
Mm-hmm.
We have
It
been
grabs your heart
spared
for
such
sure.
agony. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty, I don't know how I personally don't know how people can get through it. But I know, it's the Lord. I mean, how do you get through anything without him? You know what I mean? So,
I don't know. I honestly, when I look at people that don't believe
mm,
in anything like that, like I wonder, how do they cope?
I
How
know.
do they cope? I
Yeah.
mean, for me, just knowing that I can go and talk to him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's what gets
Everyone.
me through this life.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Me too.
I mean, sure, we have husbands and we have children, but he knows our innermost
Mm.
feelings, our innermost thoughts,
Yes,
our
he do.
very being.
Yeah.
And, I'm glad that she reaches out to the Lord. I'm really glad
I
for
know.
that.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful, beautiful, brave lady, hey?
Yeah, she really is. She really is.
She
Yep.
is. Makes me proud to be a Newfoundlander. How about you?
Right? Me too. I mean, that's exactly how I felt, and like I
Oh,
said, that's a Facebook page that Renee, that's the lady that started. I think it's probably just a couple of months, and they've got over 600 ladies on there, and they're so supportive to
wow.
each other. They're just amazing. It's an amazing group. Yeah.
But I didn't tell you that couple that I'm talking about, they were from Newfoundland also. but
Oh,
living up
really?
here in Ontario. It
Okay.
happened here in Ontario, so they could never go home.
Oh, wow.
They never could,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
pretty sad. Yeah. Yeah. How are they
Yeah,
doing
but
now
thank
today?
God, uh, well, they're gone on to be with their children now.
Oh, okay. It was a while
Uh,
ago then. Yeah.
oh, yes, when I first came to Ontario about 20 years ago, we
Oh.
kept in touch a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
it came to the point where, well, Effie, her name was, she became blind and deaf, and well,
Oh,
I met
yeah.
them when they were in their 70s. So,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Well, God used
I
you for them at that time.
At
It's
that
amazing.
time, it was just a time, that I was going with Pastor Yvette and in ministry, and there was lots of other things God had for me to do at that time. But makes me
Mm-hmm.
want to go back at doing that kind of thing.
I know. Yeah.
But it's
S-
heart wrenching, but yet it's fulfilling.
Yeah, it totally is. It totally is. But how are you
It
doing these
is.
days, Winnie? You got
I'm doing
allergies?
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have
Yeah.
allergies? Yeah.
I didn't know I had allergies before. That's why I'm wondering, is it my son's little girl? I mean, she's 5. She was here during the week, and she had this bad, what we thought was a head cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then my son has been going around with it.
Oh,
And
no.
now I have it, but he's convinced that it's allergies. And the little one, they had to check her for COVID, but it came back negative.
Oh, good.
And they said it's allergies she has, so I'm
Oh,
assuming this is allergies. I'm going to go with that.
yes,
I'm
go
not
with
going to go
that.
with any other bad
No,
report. I'd rather have allergies than.
exactly. Yeah, and that too will pass. Yeah.
It sure
So,
will, but
yeah.
yes. How are
Well,
you?
I'm doing good, just hanging in there through this time. Oh gosh, we're down to level 1
Wow.
now here in Alberta. So,
So what does that mean?
that means, well, we're gone. Let's put it this way: the restaurants were open last week, and they're not open today. So, uh, and it's hard, for the small business to
Oh,
live. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know everything.
right? It just breaks my heart. But yet the
It's
malls are opened. Like, shut down the big businesses and give the small business people a break. Do you know what I mean?
do you,
That's where my
up
heart.
here everything is locked down. Walmart and Costco and the big box stores, when you go in there now, you can only go to the food area. They have everything tapered off.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't want the big box stores. Well, the smaller stores that were losing business started to complain, which rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now if you go in there, you can just go get food or like prescriptions. You can get prescriptions.
Mm.
You can get your things like Reactin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Mhm.
had today. So my nasaline has stopped a bit.
Mhm. Okay. Good. Good.
But yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
good. I went back to work, but only
Okay.
part-time. I'm just doing COVID cleaning at the warehouse that my sons work at. My son
Okay.
hired me, so I have a pretty good boss.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It's always good to keep it in the family. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Winnie, it's so good
Yeah,
talking to you again. I'm so happy you called
you
me.
too.
I've
Yeah,
been
I felt.
missing you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Well, we're busy
I
every
know.
weekend because the kids are up.
Yes, yeah, everybody's
But
busy.
I
I
mean,
know.
it's good
Yeah,
busy. Good
yes,
busy.
for
Is
sure.
weather warm there?
Yeah, yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do,
Okay,
because I
go.
think I'm gone over my hour, but that's okay, because
Oh,
I
go,
just love
go.
doing this. Anyway, Wendy, God bless
Love you.
you.
You're doing a great
I love
job.
you. Thank you so
Listen, love
much.
you too.
Okay,
God
take
bless.
care. Bless you.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
All right. So, um, Am I on? I can't hear anything. All right. Well, that's it for today. Remember, ladies, we all have a God-given gift. We all have a purpose. Let's share some love out there, shall we? A big thank you to Nicole. God bless you, sweetheart, for sharing your story today. And thank you to my callers, Rose and Winnie. God bless you, ladies. And I will be doing more interviews with ladies during these shows coming up. The next one, please join me April 24th. God bless you all. Bye-bye for now.